Well, welcome again to another how-to. And I just want to tell you that this is more of a tip and tricks than it is really a how-to. Uh, for a long time, what I was doing is I would save a video, and I would. Oh, by the way, this is my wallpaper. Isn't it beautiful? I'm really so impressed with my wallpaper today. Anyway, I would do a video, and I would record in audio at the same time using Audacity. And what I ended up doing is I stopped doing that, and I would do just a video. But then I would open up a program, and let me just open it up here. It's KDE Live, and by the way, I'm using Linux here, and it's a good program. I like it. Let's see here. I opened it. I thought I opened it here. It's just taking a while to open here. Yeah, there it is. Anyway, I have this program KDE Live, and I don't know why it's taking so. It's running so slow. Oh, okay. I know I got something running in the background. That's why it's running so slow. And what I would do is I would just pull my video over here. I'd put it here. Let me see if I can just do it here. Let me go to my videos here. I'm going to grab a short one here, which would be 5 here, I think. Okay. All right. I'd pull this over here, and then I would drag it down here, and then I would. Let me just, boy, it's just not working very good here. Anyway, I would right mouse click on it, I'd ungroup it. Okay. Then I would delete uh, the audio or the video part of it, and I would take the audio part and I would go up here and I would render it as an MP3 file. I would just choose MP3 and I would rename it and so forth, and then I would render it. And it takes a while to render, so I'm not going to do it. Okay, it would take sometimes up to 20 minutes to render a file, uh, but I stopped doing that. I'm just going to close this. No, I'm not going to save it. I found a real easy way to do it. Okay, let me just pull my file manager over here. I would take a file and I would copy it, and then I would move it over to another folder. Like I just moved this one over. It it was an MP4 file, just like this one. This is an MP4 file, and I would rename it as an MP3 file. And then I'd have to, but one thing you have to do when you copy a video file, sometimes it takes a while to copy it, even though it's done. So it's not completely over here if it's a long video file until and once it's over and it's completely over, then you rename it. Like I haven't renamed this one yet because I don't believe it's a long file and it's not completely over here yet. And then when you rename it and call it an MP3 file instead of an MP4, you still have to wait for it to uh, completely convert from an MP4 to an MP3. It just, yeah, if you wait maybe five minutes or so, it's usually done. And then I take and I open that file, and I will open it in a Audacity. Okay, and it opens as a regular audio file. And what I usually do here is I will take and I'll split this track. Okay, take a minute here to split it, I guess. There it is. And I just delete that one track. Okay, because I only want a mono. This all it is. It's not music. It's an audio. Okay, and then I'll view it as normal, so I get the whole thing. And then what I'll do is I think I can play it for you. Let me just see if it plays. Well, welcome again to another podcast. Yeah, I guess you can hear it. But I record, and then what I do is I enhance the audio file. I built a mackerel. So let me just select the whole thing, and I'll go in and I'll pick the mackerel, and the mackerel I have used on all my audio recordings. That's what I called it. And I click on it, and it'll run through all the filters that I want to apply to my audio file, and that's what it's doing right now. You can see it's running the compression. And next, it'll do a curve, an equalizer. Okay, you notice it kind of jumps up. The peaks are getting high here. Okay, now it's running a limiter, which will limit the amount that it can go. I preset all this stuff so I can run it in a macro. Otherwise, I'd have to go through all this each time, and that would be time consuming. Okay, now the loudness normalization. Okay, and that takes a minute to get done. Okay, now the noise gate will be applied. All these filters help the audio really sound good. Okay, now that I've got it completely done, if I play it now, you'll hear the difference. Well, welcome again to another. See, it's a little louder, a little more clarity, and the peaks are still kind of high. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run one more thing, and this is not part of my filter, so I'm going to run the amplification, but I'm going to make it -3 decimals, and let's just preview it. Well, welcome again to another podcast of Down to Earth but Heavenly Mind. That sounds good, doesn't it? So I'm going to apply that. Okay, and it brought it down a little bit. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to add a little music to the beginning of it. So I'll just open up another project here, music. Okay, and it's running kind of slow because I got some stuff running in the background. So just be patient with me here. There we are. Okay, I'm going to select the whole thing, and I'm going to do a copy. I can't close this because if I close it, the copy goes away. So I just move it out of the way for now. And I will go to apply, or paste, I should say. Okay. There, I pasted it in at the beginning. And then I fade out at the end. So I'll just put it on the end. And do another paste. Okay. Now that it's done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to export it as an MP3 file. And okay, I'm working on lesson 5 here, so I want to grab lesson 5, and I'm going to save it. And yes, I'm going to overwrite it, and I want to put my name in here. And then I want to add the year that I recorded it. Okay, I'm going to add that. Say okay and save it. All right. Okay, and that is done. And I can just close this off here. And I can close this. No, I don't need to save it. I already exported it. And I can close this one. No, I don't need to save that either. Okay. Basically, I'm all done. I've done the whole thing, and I did not have to render the file. All I had to do is change the extension from MP4 to MP3. And it saves a lot of time because it would take me about 20 minutes to render it, where I could do it in a matter of 10 seconds, but I have to wait for the file to actually be transferred over there. So I hope this kind of this tip trick, it's not really a how-to, but I guess it is a how-to. I showed you how to do it. So with that said, I'm going to end my podcast, and thanks a lot. Or my podcast, my how-to, I'm sorry. I do so many podcasts, I'm thinking I'm doing a podcast. Okay, have a great day. Bye for now.